What's up, everybody? We are back. We are off the crossbar. I am the coach, Pete Eidner, and I'm here with my main man, the co-coach, Adam the Miz Mizell, and we are here in the bowels of a movie theater in Dundalk, safe from the gunfire of Baltimore City. Miz, what is going on, brother?
Hey, I'm doing well. How about yourself, Coach?
Fantastic.
I've been wanting to ask you this because the other day I call you,
right,
and you answer, and you're like, before we get to Finnegan, and you're like, "Hey, how you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm doing great. How about you?" And you're like, "I'm doing okay, but I'm naked in a doctor's office." I got to hear the story of that. I mean, how does one? And then my joke to you was, "Are you at the proctologist?" Because I was worried about you, and you said no. Right. But how does one become naked? I mean, no gown, no nothing.
Well, see, here's what happened. I got poked in the eye Saturday, right? You can see my eyes all jacked up, right?
Yeah.
So I wanted to make sure that I didn't have any like weird fungus in my eye that's going to make me blind. So I went to patient first and they put me in a room. So I thought it would be funny because I'm getting my eye checked out just to be completely naked when the doctor walks in.
What did he say when he came in?
Same thing he always says. Wow.
I was going to say either that or you have the worst dentist I've ever been to in my life.
Finnegan's got his blast shirt on.
I love it. I love it. Finney, supporting the blast.
Free kick, Finnegan, no hooligan.
Hey, man, I am a fan of the Blast. I always have been.
Me too.
They were great to me when I was a kid. I love them.
I tell you what, it's funny, and I wish I still had it. I used to have this Got Milk poster of Davey McWilliams on my wall. It was unbelievable. I wish I still had. I can't even. I tried to go back and like scour eBay, Marketplace, see if I could come across one. If you ever come across the Davey McWilliams Got Milk Measure Your Growth chart, let me know, please.
The coolest thing was when the Blast had Dave McWilliams and Joey Fink. Oh my gosh, that combination was lethal.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, that night Joe Fink scored 7 in a game.
Unreal.
I was there. And my brother and I, when he got to 5, we thought this is the greatest thing we've ever seen. And then people started rolling out of the stadium and in the arena, and we got to go real down close. And we were 2 rows behind the bench when he scored.
Awesome.
And I'd never forget it. Kenny Cooper, when Fink came over to the bench, Kenny Cooper just pointed at him, and Fink just went, like, shook his head like, I can't believe it. It was awesome. And then he got the 7th, and everybody went crazy.
That's wild. That era of Baltimore Blast soccer, Joey Fink, Dave McWilliams, Stan Stamenkovic, Paul Kitson,
Juan Carlos Machia,
Jimmy
awesome.
Pollahan, Peter Baralich.
Oh.
Peter Baralich, by the way, a lot of people don't know this. He actually played for Belgrade Red Star.
Yeah, I did know that.
Yeah, and had to leave the country with Stamenkovic. You know the story?
No.
Apparently, Stan Stamenkovic had an affair with either the daughter or somebody that owned Belgrade Red Star.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if you're familiar with who exactly owns those teams.
But I assure you, it's not the Boy Scouts. Were you going to say that?
100%.
That is crazy.
Anyway, you goofs, moving on with the show this week.
I could talk about the Blast the whole show, man.
It's funny because when I was like 10 or 11, like I would always argue with my friends because everyone was like, "Oh, it's Heinz Wirtz," and I'm like, "But it says Wirtz. His name's Wirtz, Heinz Wirtz." And they're like, no, he's German. It's Heinz Wirtz. And I'm like, I just couldn't wrap my brain around that.
You know what else is crazy about those times? We don't realize how many great players were on other teams. Steve Jungle, dude. Steve Jungle, I don't know if you remember him.
I do, the Lord of Indoors.
The Lord of Indoors.
One of the greatest of all time.
That ever played the game.
The worst hair ever. But terrible hair. But
he looked like Howard Stern if Howard Stern was uglier. I don't even know how to say it.
But didn't he start to lose his hair really badly?
Yeah.
He looked like the lead singer from the Scorpions.
He did. And he kept a curly mullet with the ball in front,
And he would score you're like, who is this guy? He should be driving a cab.
And look, we're not in a position to critique anyone's hair.
No.
But he should have just did what we did.
Here's
Hey, do you guys think, and I'm curious about this, it's an interesting point. Do you guys think that us watching that at that level, those guys were, I mean, I wouldn't call them A1 world-class players. Some of them could have been. I mean, I think Stamankovic, had he not been a fat slob, I think Jungle, I think a couple guys clearly could have played at the highest levels anywhere. But do you think those guys inspired us as kids?
Sure.
Did we learn from them?
Sure, absolutely.
I think so too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. All the I mean, Stan, the magician,
Yeah.
like the stuff he would do, you would then go try that.
Yeah,
course,
of course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get
He
in the
taught me
course-
how to roll the ball, no
Yes.
doubt.
Oh, yeah. I mean, because no coaches were teaching that. I mean, our
No.
coaches when we were young, by and large, were drunk guys that showed up to the field and like,
They
kick
play-
the ball.
That played football 30
Yeah,
years
right,
earlier.
right.
Yeah.
They boot it.
Send them. You know?
Yeah.
So to that point, inspiring a game, that's how I learned how to do step overs. I didn't have a trainer. I learned how to do it by watching them. And then we would all play on the courts or the bank lot and you would try this stuff and that's how you develop the game. It was wild. It was really cool. And I'm grateful that I grew up in an era where the Blast were legit.
Yeah, because think about it. I mean, when we were young, there was no Fox Soccer Channel. There was no, FS1. None of that stuff.
No YouTube.
We
Do you
had,
guys remember Soccer Made in Germany?
Yeah.
It was a half-hour show that showed Bayern Munich every week.
Right.
That's all we had.
yeah,
And the halftime of the edited game
Yes.
was Kyle Rote Jr.
Yes.
showing plays on a Subbuteo board.
Yes, that's so true.
yeah. I remember putting I had the antennas, the rabbit ears.
Right.
You put the foil in there to get the better
Hell
signal.
yeah.
But on the UHF channels, they would show sometimes on Sundays the Dutch Eredivisie.
Yes.
You would have Ajax against Rotterdam, And
I'll
that
never
was the only
forget.
soccer we
This is
got.
a true story. I was probably 10, and we were watching. I don't know if it was a World Cup game or some kind of. It might have been what was called the Champions League back then. So it was on some weird channel. My uncles made me. I had to hold the antenna and lean. I had to keep it in my hand because it gave it extra pickup. So I had to hold the antenna and watch the game standing up.
The abuse Finney suffered as a young man, second to none.
But he had the ultimate. He had him by the balls because, look, a guy gets in on a breakaway, he leaves the other way.
Yeah.
Then you get the scramble. You remember the scramble?
That was
Oh,
great.
that was great.
What were your guys' first real memories of a major soccer thing that you couldn't believe you were witnessing?
The Blast. For
Was
me.
it the Blast for you?
Yeah, I mean, they were the most local thing.
Yeah.
And I remember going to a playoff game, and it was awesome. I mean, it was unbelievable.
Witnessing live or on television.
And say television now.
So my earliest thing was Pele playing at, I guess it was Giant Stadium
for the Cosmos.
for the Cosmos.
Yeah, me too.
And they had Pele, Canalia. Oh my gosh, I wish I could remember the names, but it was like a freaking who's who of soccer.
Beckenbauer was
yeah,
on that team.
Beckenbauer was on the team.
Are you
And
kidding me?
I didn't know who any of these people
Right,
were.
right.
But then once I watched them play, I was like my brother would told me, these are the best in the world. And it was unreal. And then I started to sort of follow as best you could as a little kid, the what was it? The NASL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that
Have you
fueled
guys
my
ever?
passion.
Have you guys ever seriously gone back and read or looked at who played in the NASL? Johan Cruyff, George Best.
Loaded. It's loaded.
It was anybody. I mean, Sonny Askew from Baltimore played.
Yeah.
But the amount of world-class players that came here at the end of their career was staggering.
It is a literal who's who of the 1970s, the early
Without-
70s.
Which
Like
is when soccer exploded globally. People don't realize it. That is when it happened.
But they came to America and, they're getting paid it for the back end of their career, but it was awesome to watch. And to your point earlier, tying it into to indoor, there was no MLS. So the best players in America, when the NASL folded, played in the MISL.
That's all they
Yes.
had.
The best
all they had.
international players on the back end of their career came over.
Without a doubt.
And it was wild.
Yeah, it's way different now, but that was how it lightning in a bottle, right? I mean, that's never going to happen again. They caught it in the bottle. The MISL games back then, I mean, you were there. I mean, you would go to the Blast games, it'd be 20, 30,000 people.
It was
there.
just mobbed. It was
Crazy.
mobbed.
Now, if you can get 2,000 or 3,000, it's a good day. You
Yeah,
know?
for sure.
All right, so the mystery question of the day, and I'm running across a lot of this stuff on my social media, is like, it'll show this little kid, just recently, right? The lady runs across at the Phillies game, grabs the ball, or, took the ball, right? But then they took care of the kid. I mean, he's getting bats and he's getting balls, and it got me thinking. I'm like, when I was a youth, when is the time, blah, blah, blah. When is the time that young Pete Ivner asked for an autograph?
Man.
And it could be any autograph. I mean, it could be Joey, the best cashier at the local food mart, whatever you want. I mean,
I've only asked for a few autographs, but the one that stands out in my mind, I was a grown man. I'm in college.
if you say Gold Club, I'm going to leave.
No,
Okay.
I'm in college and I'm playing soccer for UMBC. I'm a junior. And UMBC had to play back-to-back games. We had to play Hofstra and Fordham.
Okay.
And we stayed at a hotel that was right across the parking lot from the Nassau Coliseum. So we're in the Nassau Coliseum. We're in the hotel across from that. And it's like we just got done playing. Guys are in the lobby just chilling out, you know, and everybody's sore, beat up a little bit. Professional wrestlers come walking in. Everybody. The Warlord, you know, Jake the Snake Roberts, right?
Did he have Damien with him?
He did.
Okay.
Jimmy Superfly Snuka, right? One of my favorite wrestlers. I want to get his autograph, right? Because who could ever forget when he smashed Roddy Piper in the head with a coke, or he got hit in the head with a coconut by Roddy Piper.
On Piper's Pit.
On Piper's Pit, right? So I'm like, I'm going to get Jimmy Superfly Snuka's autograph. And all these kids are running up to him, and he's like, "Here you go, brother. Here you go, brother. Here you go, brother." And then he sees my grown man, dorky looking ass standing there with a piece of paper.
Grown man at what age?
I'm probably 21 at the time.
Okay.
And he looks at me, he looks me right in the eye and goes, "Pff," and turns around, right? Because he's doing it for the kids. And he sees me, I'm a grown man. He's like, probably thinks I'm pathetic, which kind of was, right? So he turns around and starts walking away. And I'm like, when else am I going to get an autograph from Jimmy Superfly Snuka, right? So I follow him. And I start going, "Jimmy Superfly Snuka." Right? And he's ignoring me. So I get louder, as I'm known to do.
Right.
He ignores me. And then finally, after walking literally 30 yards, I go, "Mr. Snuka, could I please have your autograph?" And he reaches his hand behind, takes his pen, signs "Love, Jimmy Snuka," gives it back to me. And I was like, yes, yes. I probably got disrespected harder than I ever got in my life, but was so happy that I got the autograph.
You still have it today?
I still have it today. Jason Dieter got one from Jake the Snake Roberts, and Jake the Snake Roberts said, "I'm only doing this for the kids." And Jason off the cuff goes, "Hey man, could you get it it's from my mom. She's really sick." And he signed, I go, "Oh, it's for your mother." All right. Coolest guys ever, though. I don't like to, in my mind. It was such a cool thing. That's the only time I can really remember getting an autograph and being excited that I got it.
Well, so the mystery question goes on. Extended. We're in overtime now for the mystery question.
Right?
Today, as it sits, is there anyone out there that you would want their autograph today?
Oh, hey, man. Who? Yeah, there's tons of people. I mean, you could go through rock stars. You could go through athletes. I'd love to have a Lamar autograph, Ray Lewis autograph. I would love to have rock stars. I would probably say I would love to get one from Glenn Danzig. I would love to get one from Mike Ness from Social Distortion. I would love to get one from the lead singer Chevelle, whose name escapes me. You would probably know it.
It's their brothers. It's Sam. And
Why would you want an autograph of a dude you don't even know his name?
Because I like Chevelle. I saw him live. Rob Zombie's another one I would take his autograph in a heartbeat.
Glenn Danzig, I got his autograph, and he drew me a piece of art, too.
No kidding.
I swear, a little dragon. I met him at Hammerjacks when I was emceeing the bikini contest.
As you did?
As I did. And he was there that night, and I started kind of making fun of him, calling him Heavy Metal Elvis. And he came up to me afterwards. He was really cool. He's a small guy. He's like my size, little, maybe an inch taller. And I said, hey, man, can I have an autograph? And he reached in his pocket. He had already done it and handed it to me.
Oh, wow.
It was really cool. It was a dragon, like, with a microphone, like a comedian.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and
Awesome.
he wrote, congratulations, and you're really funny or something. Yeah. I lost it, of course, because I'm an idiot.
Yeah, but he probably had, like, those in his pocket.
Yeah, that's what somebody said. He's got to go put a new one in his pocket.
Okay, that's great, man. Well, thank you for answering the mystery question of the day.
Mystery question of the day. I'm not a jock sniffer, but I'm willing to ask for an autograph now and then. All right, Miz, you got that out of the way. We got some important things to talk about with soccer.
We do.
What's kicking it off?
Well, UMBC still unbeaten.
Still unbeaten.
Took a draw, but still unbeaten.
Still unbeaten.
Had to claw back against William & Mary, but 4-0-1 right now.
Yeah, good for them.
Tough schedule ahead, though.
Yeah, and their conference is going to be tough.
Yes. But you like what you see so far.
I love what I see. And, being a UMBC alum, and especially a soccer alum, love the guys there, love how they're working. And while they might have a rocky road, they got such a good nucleus of guys that work hard. And you never know what happens.
Well, another team that's doing well with but they're not local, but they have a local product, is West Virginia. So our man Sammy Walker got his first collegiate goal the other day.
Sammy Walker, by the way, I love this. And Sammy, if you're watching this, I love you, kid. You are awesome. Sammy, I've known him since he was little. I got to coach him.
He was an FC USA product.
FC USA product. I got to coach with his dad, Tariq, who, by the way, unbelievable player in his own right.
Yeah.
And I watched him develop from a kid who didn't know who he was and was trying to figure out his game to a kid that's absolutely dominant.
Is he a freshman?
Yes.
He's a freshman.
Did he go
Virginia.
to Loyola?
He did.
Yeah, I saw him play last year in the championship. Who was that? It was against Curly?
Yeah, it was against Curly.
In the rain
last
year.
For sure.
And I noticed that kid, and I asked, and somebody said, oh, I think that's Tariq Walker's son. And I never knew for sure. That kid's a beast.
He is. And
really good.
But he's big, he's fast. But what makes him great is he's technical and he's smart.
Yeah.
He almost never plays a ball that you shouldn't play. It's always on point. And as a freshman, they were ranked as high as 6th in the country, right?
Yeah.
As a freshman, he's getting 20 minutes a game there. Yeah. That is really freaking hard to do.
And he's known as a goal scorer, right? Let's call it what it is. He's at Loyola. He was a goal scorer. When he was with you, was he a goal scorer?
Well, when I coached him, he was more of just an attacking player. He did not develop his goal scoring chops till a little bit later.
Gotcha.
We had a lot of guys that could score on that team, and he was more of, I'll get the ball and run it, guys. I'm a good setup player. I think he almost wanted to shy off the fact that he could have been a great goal scorer. And then that's part of the maturing process of a player. You saw him take more and more ownership and more responsibility, which is really cool. And now he carries teams on his back, and I love that.
So he's getting good minutes as a freshman. Obviously, West Virginia's in a really good spot, strong roster, good season so far. There's nothing better for your confidence, right? To come in and it's early in the year. You know, it's not like it's mid-year, late in the year, and you get your first goal. So now he's got a taste of it, right? So now he just has to keep on, and see if he can pile them up.
And here's the cool thing about that. This is what I love about team dynamics, especially in college. You get those minutes as a freshman, and you prove your worth. The seniors, the upperclassmen, the main 11 players start to believe in you more.
Sure.
So then they start feeding you. And the more you get fed, the more you eat. And the more you eat, the more you get, And I'm so happy with the track he's on. And I got to talk to Tariq a little bit about him. And Tariq couldn't be prouder. And and you kind of see the way
Did Tariq say more than 10 words?
yeah,
So that was a great conversation.
it was. We were talking. We were on the phone for 45 minutes. He got about 15 words in.
I was going to say,
Tariq, not the most talkative guy,
man, a few words,
but what he says he means.
major impact. Absolutely.
Yeah, and so it's neat because I see a lot of Tariq's game in Sammy, which is cool. One thing, and I'm probably going to get a phone call about this. Have you ever heard their mom, like Rochelle's mom, Rochelle? Have you ever heard her at the games?
Of course.
Do you hear her from your house?
Yes, you do.
Oh my gosh, Finney.
She's into it, man.
She's into it. But you have Tariq, who doesn't say 2 words.
Right.
And you got Rochelle, who's like, let's go, Bobby!
Yeah.
And it's like, holy cow.
Excited mom.
An excited mom, super proud. But
That's her baby making plays on the field.
I know, but here's what's cool about Rochelle. She will do that to any kid in that
Yeah.
circle. If you played for FC USA or like Perry Hall, White Marshall back in the day with Sammy, that she will cheer for you forever. You could be she will be 80. You'll be in an over 50 league somewhere. Let's go! Ringing a cowbell, blowing a horn like one of those. What do they call
the air horn?
the
The
vuvuzela?
Vuvuzela.
Whatever.
Vuvuzela.
There you go.
She'll have one of those.
The
She'll be-
South African annoyance instrument.
Yes.
That, by the way, that World Cup should have been canceled just for
That
that.
was the worst thing I've ever witnessed.
Unbelievable.
It's the only World Cup I ever watched on mute.
They were giving them out as people
Yeah,
were coming
yeah,
in. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
Just
So,
unbelievable.
but Sammy's killing it. Really happy for him.
Congrats to Sammy and the whole Walker family.
Yeah. And so West Virginia, they were up to 6. They've dropped down to something like 15th. They played like an incredibly hard schedule
Sure.
against 3 ranked teams, went 1-1-1 and dropped 9 points in the poll. So
That's how it is.
that is how it is.
And it's gonna continue to fluctuate. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Big win, you climb up the ladder. Tough loss, you drop down or you tie someone that doesn't have a great record. You lose points on that as well. So I nothing to be worried about.
For sure.
Going on. U.S. got a win against Japan, Coach.
Yeah, they did.
They needed it.
Did
Because-
they?
They needed it.
Did they?
They lost to South Korea.
Right.
So beating Japan, it's like when you're losing to South Korea and then beating Japan is like drinking sour milk and like rinsing your mouth out a little bit and getting that taste out. Don't know if it was a big win.
I would say Japan is a formidable opponent and much
For sure.
better than people give them credit for.
I feel that way about Korea too, though,
Yes.
Miz. I do. Those Asian teams, to me, in the last 16 years, last couple World Cups, it's been exciting to watch them. Honestly,
It's tough to break them down. They're
Yeah.
gonna work their nuts off. You know,
they're fast.
Yeah, all fast, skilled. The thing that they lack is they don't usually have like the one big name or
Right.
Yeah.
the top goal scorer. We don't either, but a lot of other teams do. But in the grand scheme of things, I think they're always a formidable opponent and not an easy win, honestly.
Have you ever looked at the technical acumen of players from Japan
It's insane.
that come here? Like, Joe Fiedler at Essex
He's-
recruits kids from
he's
Japan.
Asian. I think he's Asian.
He's changed his nationality. But the kids he brings over, holy crap,
Yes.
unbelievable. And these kids aren't even they're not even in the same stratosphere as the young men that are playing for the national team.
Right.
Holy cow. And they buzz around, unbelievable work ethic. Man, they're good.
Yeah.
Beating them for the U.S. national team, it's a good win. But you shouldn't be losing to South Korea. And that's what bothers me as we go forward.
So there was a shift of personnel. There was like some different guys that they used in the second game that didn't get a lot of minutes or not used at all in the first game. I think that was part of it. And the other thing was, I think like they understood like, hey, look, we lost that game. We have no business losing that game. We need to pick it up here. The clock's ticking, right?
For sure.
We said it on the last show. There's 260 some days until we kick off for the World Cup. I mean, we got to pick it up here.
And that's the thing that scares me about this current crop. We have potentially generational talent, but we can't seem to get it all together. I don't blame the coaching staff, but I'm starting to get a real side eye towards the U.S. Soccer Federation.
You know, and you hit something on the head there. Like the coaching staff, everybody's, it's like tactics down your throat. At some point in sports, like, so say if I'm a center and I'm playing basketball and there's a loose ball at mid-court, you know, am I going to go, oh, no, I'm not going to go get the ball because I'm a center. I need to get back and get in position and get rebounds. That's my job. Or if I'm a baseball player, I'm a second baseman, ball hitting the gap between me and the first baseman. Really, it should be his ball, but, you know, I go to get it because I'm there and I can make that play. Like, and sometimes in sports, you got to go wherever it takes to make the play. And so the tactics, especially in soccer, when you're talking about 11 guys on the pitch, right? You know, like that excuse can only go so far. We need better tactics. We should be playing a 4-5-1, or we should be playing a 3-5-2, or whatever. And it's all great, but go wherever you got to go to make the play. I don't care what your position is. I don't care what your tactics are. Like, it's not that difficult, right? You agree or not?
I totally agree. I think tactics are important because that's your foundation.
Your structure, sure.
But you still got to play. Let's take, for example, Cristiano Ronaldo. Do you think Cristiano is a tactics-based player?
No.
No. He is an unbelievable talent that takes the tactics that he's playing within and makes his game blossom through it.
Yeah.
Messi, the same way.
Same thing.
And then you could go Wayne Rooney back in the day. Same thing.
Oh, wait a minute.
Thierry Henry is the greatest example in my eyes.
Absolutely.
That team was so ticky-tack, that Arsenal team, in a sense, until he got there. And then he just said, I don't care how you get me the ball, get it for me. And then what was amazing about him, really, in my eyes, once he got comfortable in that system, his assist numbers are insane.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, you'd probably know better than I. You might, but Arsenal went an entire season
The Untouchables.
without losing a game
They didn't lose one game.
in
The
the
Untouchables.
Premier League.
Yes.
Which is freaking crazy.
And a few things had to happen for that, right? They took no major injury.
For sure.
Their starting 11 was basically, it was like a machine.
Yes.
It was throw them out there, and it was boom, 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 boom. Perez, Bergkamp, Henry,
That team was
Vieira,
insane.
Loaded.
But my point is, did they win because of the tactics?
No.
And who was coaching them? Arsene Wenger?
Yeah.
Arsene Wenger.
I guarantee you it wasn't the tactics.
Right.
But by the way,
Well, wait a minute. We have the best players,
Yeah.
and we have the best tactics, and we're going to win the game.
the most annoying manager ever in English football.
Yes.
They would lose, right?
10-0. They could lose. Not them, but the Arsenal team could lose 10-0.
Right. And he would get in front of the camera and go, we would have won if the referee did not make the call that he made, but he has to make his own decision. And we have to live with it, but it was the wrong decision, as you can clearly see. Shut up.
Right.
Just go away.
They were the better team in every game, no matter what.
Right.
Yeah.
It wasn't the tactics. It was maybe the tactics gave them a good foundation, but it was the individual brilliance. What I think America lacks in their players is some of that individual brilliance. And I think part of it has to do with the way we run the NCAA soccer. To be honest with you, you're going to think that's a weird stretch, but let's take Sammy Walker, for example. We just talked about him. He's getting 20 minutes a game as a freshman. He's 18 years old.
Right.
There are 2 international players who are 21. So you're getting international players who play at their academies till they're 20, 21.
Sure.
Their eligibility for college starts ticking then,
Sure.
whereas Sammy starts the day he graduated from Loyola. You have 5 years to play for. So potentially you're going to have a 25-year-old senior playing against an 18-year-old freshman.
It's really fair, isn't it?
It's totally fair for them.
Right.
Like, why aren't we focusing on the American-born player in the NCAA? Because that might be a breeding ground for the next generational talent that plays for the U.S. national team, or maybe an MLS club, or maybe internationally.
Yeah, and it's like the governors who run the NCAA, what they do for that is it's basically a one size fits all. But for soccer, it kills us, right? So they do that. It's great for basketball. It's great for football. Blah 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 blah. Change all the rules, but then with soccer, it matters. It's huge difference.
Huge difference.
In the 4 years of development is massive in soccer.
Absolutely. Now, what they have done, which is kind of weird, is now I believe they've said you can play 2 years of JUCO and it doesn't affect your 4 year school eligibility. So
they're getting 6 years at that point.
Yeah, but who besides me stays in college for 6 years?
Van Wilder.
Right.
Hey, let me ask you guys a question. As you're talking about the U.S. team and college and all that, you're talking about tactics and all that. And don't you really think at the end of the day, it's culture? It's culture. It's soccer culture that I think is holding the American game back. I think when we grew up in East Baltimore playing, the culture was play hard, nose down, grind it out. We all had that kid on the team. If we got him the ball, whether it was Robbie Elliott or Chris Reeve, or you can go down a list of 100 guys.
Hold on.
Joel Salenza.
I can tell you who your guy was. It was Bill Karpovich, and it was freaking ridiculous.
Billy Karpovich and I played together. I mean, then I was going between goalie and wing.
Right.
And if I was on the outside and I had the ball, I just looked for Billy. I put it in front of him. He ran on and he dropped it in the back. But the team, we didn't let up goals because we hammered people.
Right.
But yeah,
it's right. You're absolutely right. It's just it's IQ, right? It's reading the room. It's seeing what's going on. It's
Well, don't you think like everything in America, we overcoach it? Soccer is one of the simplest games in the world if you understand the basics of it.
Sure.
You need open space and a guy that can kick or shoot. And I think when, I hear you guys talk week to week when you get into the formations and you got to have this guy sweeping. And I'm just like, just put 10 kids in front of a goalie that play like Roy Keane and want to just dominate. And you put a couple skill guys on that team, you're going to win games.
Yeah.
I really believe it.
So to your culture point, what bothers me about U.S. soccer is in America, we always take the best of and make it American. We'll take the best food and make from other countries and make it an American staple. We'll take the best technology and make it American, right? In soccer, instead of taking the best pieces from everything else, we try to just copy someone. And it's frustrating because, I would love to be Brazil. Who wouldn't? But we're not Brazil, right? Let's just be American. Let's be tough-ass, hard-nosed players. We talked about this a couple weeks ago, some piano players, some maestros, and some piano movers who will kick the crap out of you like the Roy Keane attitude.
Yeah.
And let's mold the best together. And instead of trying to fit them into some system, play the system that matches your talent.
Go wherever you need to go on the field to make a play. Like, what pains me the most is when a young player at halftime will come up, oh, coach, I'm not getting the ball, or no one's passing me the ball. Like, that's like an excuse that tells me right away, like, he has no clue or IQ how to get the ball in a game.
Yeah.
Like, yes, there's a little bit of dependency on others, but you can also do things to go find it.
Billy
Karpovich, if a midfielder got the ball, Billy would run right up to him 3 feet from him. Give it to me.
Yeah.
Take it and then make a play.
Yeah. And sometimes that's what you have to do if things aren't going well. I mean, it's not that difficult.
So, Billy Karpovich, right?
Yeah.
I'm still not over this. This still hurts my heart.
Yeah.
I was a junior in high school playing at Archbishop Curley. We lost to Calvert Hall 1-0 during the season. I think we might have lost to them like at their place 1 or 2-0. We had to play them back then it was the MSA final, right? It rains for like 4 days before, and we're playing at Essex. So this is 1987 or 1986, something like that.
Isn't that the year they put the turf in?
No, no.
The year before, Adam, was that last game Pete played.
The field was like, it was just a big mud puddle.
Right.
Billy Karpovich, right? game starts, goes on. They get a free kick. He hits a blaster. It's like, like rips the net. We're down 1-0. Couple plays later, boom, scores again. We're down 2. We were down 4-0 at halftime. He had 4 goals. At one point, and it's maybe 10 minutes into the second half, they're killing us, right? It's 4-0. Might have been 5-0 at that point. It's a final. And I'm standing next to Billy, and I'm marking him on a play, and he goes, man, I wish they'd get me out of here. Dude, you're killing us.
No, but in all fairness, 5 goals is enough. You've done your work.
So I'm clear. You're marking this guy.
I wasn't going to say it. I wasn't going to say it.
Hold on. I want to tell you this.
Talk me out of it.
Part 2 that I'm still pissed off about, I didn't start.
Okay. All right. So that makes me feel better.
Hey.
Okay. Fair
Listen,
enough.
hold on. Mario, I'm over it with you. I love you. But come on. At 3 goals, you had a guy, permed hair, sitting on the bench, ready to get some shutdown going.
What's so crazy, I mean, especially about Billy, I mean, that family, Mr. Karpovich was, I mean, he's the Calvert Hall guy. He's their guy. His brother, John, though, John Karpovich, was maybe one of the best soccer players I've ever played with in my life. The guy, to me, that guy was Beckenbauer when he was in the back. Skill for days, would hit you like a truck, didn't give a crap about you.
Was he, when he was at Loyola, was he gigantic?
It's not that he was probably, I'm guessing, and it's years ago, he was incredibly built. Like, he was tall, he had size.
Yeah, but in my mind's eye, and I'm in high school during this time, he was like, I pictured him like Lou Ferrigno, like 6 foot.
No, it wasn't that big, but he played like that.
Yeah, and
if he hit you, it felt like that.
Yeah, and he would just dominate games for Loyola. And when they were top, they were into the national semifinals, I think.
Well, I mean, I think that team had the Bargers, had Joey on it. I think it was an incredible
Stas
team.
Koziel, Joe
Koziel was
Koziel.
on there. Yeah, those teams were incredible.
Danny Rose.
Yeah. And at the same time, Chris Reef, Joe Scopel, I forget the other guy, they all went to UConn.
UConn, right.
Those 2 teams were just, and it had, I think between the 2 schools, they had like 9 or 10 Baltimore-based players. It was amazing.
And Chris Reef, now, by the way, everybody we mentioned is pretty much a Calvert Hall guy.
Yeah.
Except for the Koziels. Right?
Yeah. But I mean, that to me really does, I hate to say it because, in my heart, I'm a Curly guy for that 7 weeks I was there. But like my whole family's Curly, all that. But I will tell you, there was some unbelievable guys at Curly, though. I mean, say what you want. Calvert Hall does, I think, have, if I have to be honest, and this will kill me to say, if you're going to go down the who is greater, produce greater players, you got to tip your hat to Calvert Hall. Oh, you do.
Go back and look at championships from like
the late 60s on, early 70s.
It's like Calvert Hall, Calvert Hall, Calvert Hall, Calvert Hall, Calvert Hall, Calvert Hall, somebody else, Calvert Hall, Calvert Hall, Calvert Hall.
Yeah.
Like they rattled off an unbelievable run, and there was nothing you could do about it.
No.
In high school, I never beat Calvert Hall as a player. That's why I went back to coach.
Well, you did JV our freshman year. We did. Yeah.
All right.
We beat them 1-0 and then tied them 0-0 our freshman year.
There you go.
I was really happy because in my entire high school career, Calvert Hall never scored a goal on me.
At the varsity level, I had zero success, zero, and that's why I went back to that. Pete, actually changed my life to get me into coaching.
Pete, those years, I mean, those Calvert Hall teams when we were at that age, had the best players in the state went there.
They won something like 36 or 38 games in a row.
Yeah,
running that schedule. Then there was a year where maybe they didn't win, and then the next generation with like J.J. Kramer, Anthony Adams, Brian Bugarin, George Stecco. They ran on like a 30-game streak.
And you're getting close to my age now.
Right. Yeah, so that's how long they were good.
Yeah,
Calvert Hall, to me, Patterson had an unbelievable run. Curly had an unbelievable run. But Calvert Hall, just Jesus. It's almost unfair.
And still a quality program with me.
Oh, for sure. But I don't think you'll never see the MIAA be what that was,
Sure.
because now there's so many club teams and the
Sure,
recruiting
sure.
changes.
Wait,
But
a lot more parity now.
Are
and-
the clubs better than the high school teams?
yeah,
So the best club, say under U18, would beat Calvert Hall.
yeah.
I
think
don't
so.
know. I'm asking
Yeah,
sincerely.
it's-
You think so, Adam?
Well, put it this way: the club team is basically you're going around the Calvert
And
Hall
picking the best
Yes,
play. I get that.
Loyola, yeah.
But as we all know, like a great all-star team or a great World Cup team doesn't work because they don't play together in cups. So you're saying that really does make the difference when they're playing year-round and a club level.
Yeah, like if
For
I
sure.
would, like, let's say I don't know who the best U18 is, but let's just say it's DC United. The DC United Academy would beat any MIAA team, and part of it is age too, because every kid is U18.
Right.
Let's say I don't know. Let's just take McDonough. McDonough's got an unbelievable team this year, but they also have some juniors, some sophomores, probably some freshmen.
Yeah.
And there's just a physicality that they're not going to, and a skill wise that they're not going to be able to match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm
it might
gonna-
be a tight game, but eventually the older team, the DC United team, would figure it out.
Yeah.
I get it. I just was curious about that from your standpoint because
Yeah.
you're dealing with it.
Yeah.
But the one thing that I think high school really does great is you're training with the same guys every day. And it's like, it mirrors like a college season where it's a grind.
It's preparation for college.
Yeah. And high school season is very difficult and it's a ton of fun. And that's something that I don't think you get in club.
Here you go. Would DC United U21s beat Maryland?
Ooh.
That might be a game.
Yeah, that's a
I mean,
tough
it's
one to
really
answer.
that close, you think?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that's
Definitely.
amazing to me. You know what I mean? It's kind of an outsider.
Yeah.
Definitely. And here's the one, I think it would depend how you play, depend when you play. Like if you're in the middle of Maryland season, for example, they're priming, right? DC United, you play a game, you have a week off, you play another game. You know, you don't have that. I'm going at it. We're in this long haul, boom, 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 training every day. DC United, there's always another game. Maryland, they're playing, and every game freaking matters big.
Oh, it's huge. Until they get this 10-month schedule, they're pushing for that.
Yeah.
Until that comes. But, so great stuff. Quick EPL standings check. Guess who's in first, Coach?
Man United.
They're almost in first. If they won like 3 more games, they'd be in first.
Out of those 4 they've played,
I saw they were 1-1-1. I thought that would get it done.
Liverpool, usual suspects, huh?
Liverpool. That's the way Bobby McAven says it, Liverpool.
It's unreal.
Great team.
all right,
Yes.
well, guys, homework for next show.
Let's hear
Can
it.
we do a little bit next show?
First show.
All right, this is my idea. You guys do what you want with it. I want you to make a team. You each make a team of soccer players by position, but you can only use other sports, no soccer players. So your goalie could be Babe Ruth, and your right center back could be Henry Aaron. And you just make a soccer team out of the best athletes in the world that don't play soccer.
Now we're using them in their prime.
Yes, in
Okay.
their prime,
In their
and
prime.
why in that position.
Let's
Got
play
it.
it. Let's
Okay,
play
let's
it.
do it.
All right, next episode.
All right.
All right.
We are off the crossbar. Out.